We've analyzed their attack, sir, and there is a danger. Should I have your ship standing by? Evacuate? In our moment of triumph? Welcome aboard, I'm JasonOfArgo, and this is gonna be a somewhat different volume of Cosmoteer fleet battles today. I've realized that I'm kind of running up against some of the limitations of the mods that I've been using, specifically the Galaxy Divided Star Wars mod, and some of the other ship designs that I downloaded, because some of them just have very strange design philosophies. And let me show you guys what I mean. Today we're not necessarily going to just do another Star Wars video, because Cosmoteer, of course, is a place for limitless creativity, and it's not just about Star Wars or Star Trek. What we got is an entire library of community ships that I want to look at, because dang, there's a lot of them, and a lot of them are really, really cool. This is gonna be a a clash of the mods. The mod wars have begun, and we're gonna be finding different fleets and different ships that some of the community creators have hashed out, and we're gonna throw them up against each other and against some of the Star Wars ships. But first, let me show you why my little fighter furball idea didn't really work out. The TIE fighter in this mod, anyway, it has nothing but steering thrusters on it. So when I tell it to go somewhere, it doesn't really go. It literally steers itself towards its destination. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but it definitely does not have a lot of turning power or forward thrust, when really all you need to do is just put an engine on it, guys. Just a standard thruster right there, and it can turn, and it can stop, and it can go in a different direction a lot faster. And it just makes the whole ship look a lot more, not realistic, but sensible. And then I had the bright idea of making Halo ships. Except I couldn't do that either, because the ones I downloaded put armor in all of the empty spaces. I'm not sure if this is because I didn't download everything that's necessary for this mod, or for these ships, but look at what happens when you build a ship that is nothing but armor, you guys. Move these things out of the way. And now the longsword, which is supposed to be a fighter bomber ship. It moves like molasses. Anyway, I'm not here to just rag on mod designs, because there are some really good ships out there, and I want to show you guys them. First up, we have Death Puff 12 with his E3DS fleet. And these have some really cool design decisions. They're very angular. They have like a lot of forward-facing prows and spikes coming off of them. Very aggressive designs. And they're also very efficient. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of wasted space. Everything is sort of packed together. It's condensed. There's a lot of armor on the bigger ships, but not so much that it makes them completely immobile. As you can see, the Warrior class heavy cruiser is obviously the slowest of the bunch, but it's also one of the most frightening. And these guys, oh yeah, let me show you something. There's now a formations button, so you can put them in a line, a wedge, or an inverted wedge, a claw. And we're gonna put these guys in a line, and we are going to put them up against some of the tougher ships in the Star Wars mod. These are the kinds of ships that I like to use. You know, ships that look like the ships that they're based on, but aren't saddled by, you know, just being slapped together for the sake of saying, oh, here's a Star Wars ship, oh, here's a Halo ship. I like ships that are functional. So, E3DS, let's see how you fare. The Venators are turning for broadsides. The Lance-class heavy destroyers and the Lance and the Guardian heavy destroyers are moving in on the flanks of the heavy cruiser. Their electro bolts are disrupting sorry. Don't want to trigger anybody. Are disrupting Republic shields. Oh, the Warrior class is already losing some of its prongs. The sheer amount of firepower that the Venators can put out should not be understated. In spite of the fact that the Lance class is using its superior maneuverability to get around behind, and this Venator really needs to focus fire on something that is not ships that are directly in front of its friend. because this Venator is getting torn up. And he's exposed himself to attacks from behind by the Lance class, which is making the Venator pay for its lack of situational awareness. However, the Vindicator is doing all it can from the sidelines. The Venator has lost its broadside capability on one side, but it still has a heck of a lot of firepower on the other. The Warrior class is doing its job, taking a lot of incoming fire off of the heavy destroyers. Fires are raging across the engine decks of this Venator, and it's starting to lose. Oh no! Oh man! We just got a chain reaction off of the bow of this Venator. The Warrior class has lost a lot of its guns. It's down to just a bunch of small blasters, but the heavy cannons of the Venator are still pounding away at these exposed prongs. I bet they're wishing they had a lot more heavy guns back along the sides. They do not have a lot of broadside potential. If they are not facing fully forward, if they do not hit hard and hit fast, then they can't quite, they don't have a lot of staying power in any fight. However, these heavy destroyers are starting to suffer as well. It looks like the Venators just have too many heavy guns. The E3DS fleet does not have enough, either doesn't have enough defenses or doesn't have enough guns. Those electro bolts, there's not enough of them to overwhelm the shields. The heavy cannons of the Venators are wrecking face. They've gotten through. They've gotten through to the reactors. But they've lost most of their maneuverability. If this Lance class is smart, then it'll stay exactly where it is, because all it has is a single electro bolt. How's this Guardian class doing? The Guardian class has lost almost all of its guns. It's still pinging away. Oh! What did I tell you? Once the outer shell of armor is gone, it's like cracking an egg. Nothing but soft yolk inside. Nothing but a giant chain reaction waiting to happen, like in that case right there. And now the Guardian class, it's able to just sit there and peck away. If it's smart, it's going to try to keep away from the. Oh no, it's not going to be smart. He's going to try to target those weapons, but he forgets that he simply can't match that kind of firepower. Not that he would be able to do anything in any case. And look at all of it coming in. Look at all this incoming fire. What can you do against that? No wonder the Republic won the Great Civil War. And the Vindicator is still completely intact. It's lost almost nothing. Wow, good on them for actually carrying most of this battle. Missile launchers are still pounding away at the behind of this Warrior class heavy cruiser. A warrior no more. Its point defenses are not able to catch some of those missiles. Look at that. Not that the missiles are doing much better. They can't quite slip into this one gap in the shields here. So the missiles are just kind of plinking away ineffectually. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Republic won this. This was a quick and dangerous and dirty battle, but it was pretty entertaining. Let's do another one. Now, admittedly, Sir Deathpuff, I did not quite give your ships the opponents that they deserve. I just sort of threw in a mishmash of a bunch of ships and plunged them into the thick of battle. But this time we're going to give you a slightly more balanced fleet. We're going to give you, let's do a wolf pack of destroyers, because that's always cool. I always like that name. We got the heavy destroyers. Oh, they're all heavy destroyers. An archer and a guardian. Yes. Yes, two powerful ships in their own right. Ooh, this guy's got missile launchers. He's got 4 missile launchers. Let's move him out to the flanks. That's why they're called the archers, no doubt. That means that they're going to need to be out on the sides with Sentinel-class frigates holding the line. Now, the design philosophy behind some of these ships is literally just guns, 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 which is kind of boring to me. So, because, yeah, there's a lot of pew-pew and a lot of explosions and stuff, but really, I like to see ships that are functional and aesthetically pleasing. But either way, these guys have shields, and the Imperial Star Destroyers do not. So we will see what happens when these two forward elements of opposing empires from across the void of space collide. The Stalwart-class scouts are making first contact. And of course, in their culture, first contact means blasting the crap out of them. But, oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that was nasty. The Archer class, though, an Archer class destroyer is going in hard. Where are you guys going? Get in there and fight. There's no way that you're actually going to be able to stand up to that kind of firepower unless you hit them with everything you got. Sentinel class frigates are moving in. But, yeah, this is about how I expected it would go. Too many guns, not enough time, not enough armor, not enough superstructure to absorb all of these blows, these heavy blows. And, yep, it's already over. Pretty much. Unless the Sentinels can pull off a miracle with their missile launchers, which they probably won't. If you guys were smart, then you would stay out of range of those cannons and use nothing but missile launchers, but they've already been pounded to dust by the sheer amount of guns on these Star Destroyers. It's impressive, but I just think it's a little bit boring. But we're gonna let them duke it out for a little while longer, and then we'll see if anybody else can give a more balanced perspective on this conflict. So yeah, the inevitable happened. The E3s were completely annihilated. Sorry, Death Puff 12, but your ships look cool, but they're just not big enough, or they don't have enough DACA, basically, to fight off some of these Star Wars ships. But what is this? Kamikage Ascendancy fleet? What is this? The Tars Yuri lore version 1. Porty Yuri lore. Oh, interesting. This kind of gives off the air of an older empire, not really concerned with aesthetics, but concerned with functionality. The AK-8 Ortwari. What the heck is that thing? Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is insane. How does this thing move? Very, very slowly. It's like a battle station. That's cool. Oh man, I should have looked at some of these community ships earlier. Some of them are pretty interesting. The Yuri Law version 1. So we have the Empire on one side and the Ascendancy on the other. Kind of got a Stellaris vibe to it, because a lot of ships are called Ascendancy or Empire or whatever in that game. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Kage's fleets up against one another and see what happens. The EK-1, the EK-2. These are smaller ships, but ooh, I like these. I always enjoy ships that are very forward-facing. These are like little laser boats. Beam ships. Okay, beam ship Mark II and a beam ship Mark III, which has 3 freaking lasers. 3 freaking lasers out of their freaking foreheads. Oh, they do have a shipyard. Whoa! Whoa, check it out. It's like literally nothing except guns across the entire surface. I thought the Star Destroyers were bad. Oh my gosh, come on, man. There comes a point where it's like, what's even the point anymore? Just make a cube with guns on it. Here we go. Let's go down to 1/2 speed so we can enjoy the carnage. Yep. Missiles, after one giant volley of missiles, the core is finding itself hard pressed to keep up its astonishing rate of fire. Yeah, see, they have to go all the way back into the missile storage areas to get their weapons back online. The beam ships are putting on the hurt. They are heavily armored on all sides. So all they can do is fire forward, but anything in front of them is gonna melt. Maybe. They have to be able to keep up this, they have to be able to concentrate their fire, or else these shields are just gonna stay online forever. Which it looks like they will. Because you can see here, Very efficient design. It's just a little train of guys running back and forth, fixing up the shields over and over again. The core is suffering. The core is low. See, that's what happens when you put all your ammo storage too close together. It explodes. And all these beam ships, they're not able to crack these shields. They need to be able to they need to be able to get towards the shipyard in order to... Wait a minute, is the shipyard shooting itself? The shipyard is shooting itself and is using the ships in dry dock to propel itself forward. Oh no, this poor little Hawkeye. He tried so hard. Okay, got so far, but in the end, it was nothing but cannon fodder, literally. Two little Hawkeye version 1s throwing themselves against this wall of guns in a desperate attempt to slow them down. Oh, but look, they've managed to concentrate some of the beam ships, they've managed to concentrate some of their firepower. Even though the core is in desperate need of support, these 3 beam ships, you can see the same kind of efficiency in design here. The weapons are so close to the reactors that there's just a constant train of guys who are just keeping up a constant rate of fire. That's really neat. A lot of ships with beam weapons, you see them run out. You see them unable to keep up their fire for very long. And so, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna be able to crack the shields? The suspense is killing me. I hope it lasts. Okay, for some reason, the core decided that it was a good idea to just go full ham on the... just go full ham on the Ascendancy battle station. And that was kind of an ill-advised move on its part. Anyway, the suspense is lasting, but it's lasting almost too long because these ships are built so efficiently with layers upon layers of shields and shields and shields that there's literally no way for them to kill each other now because... Oh, hold on. What if this wall of guns finally... Yeah, here we go. This is what we needed. You just need so many guns to be able to penetrate this many shields. And yeah, the shipyard is going to be able to make short work of this battle station. It's going to be able to concentrate its fire and rip through the... Oh! Oh, I'm going to want this in slow motion. Has the battle station been decapitated or dismembered? I can't tell. I don't know which one is supposed to be the front or the top or anything. Whoa! Whoa! Nice! Very nice. I think we can see that the Empire saw the Ascendancy off quite handily. You know what I should do? I should make like a tournament type thing. That's what I should do. I want you guys to send me some of your ideas. If you guys are mod creators out there, tell me if you're still active. Tell me if you want to see your ships go up against other ships. And I'll set up like little tournaments. That sounds really fun, actually. I don't really have the time to do that right now because I only just thought of the idea. But I would like you guys' help with that. Anyway, I think the Ascendancy has suffered enough. And now we're back to literally just watching the endless back and forth between beams and shields, that neither of which ever run out. So I think we can call this one a wash. This next group of ships comes from what was that? Like Cypher 7 and The Sun is Made of Sun, which is a strangely accurate but rather redundant statement. And so these two ships, these two fleets have very different design philosophies. The Sun is Made of Sun has created ships that are a bit more aesthetic. They're a lot smaller, except for this, the Sub-Boomer. Oh my gosh, what is that? I have to look at. Oh, I could see how this would do. This would go very badly. Nothing but shields and nothing but reactors, and nothing but forward-facing guns. Oh, but it's got like these little ships that can split off from the mothership. But you'd have to depend on these ships getting around to hit them hard enough to crack them open. We also have here what's called a tier wing. Why is it called a tier wing? Oh, because the wings are made of tears. Nothing but missiles. Literally nothing but missiles. Okay. I'll place your bets because I don't know how this is gonna go. But we're gonna see something happen. Cypher 7. Sun is made of sun. Ready. And fight. Alright, the tier wings are launching. They are putting down a humongous volley of missiles. Oh, it's overwhelming the point defense on one of the Aquitaines, but they're getting in so close. What are you guys doing? You don't want to get that close when you're nothing but missile launchers. But it looks like it's paying off. The HMS Furious is probably furious right now. He's thinking, oh my gosh, if only there was some way to get ammo to my guns quicker than this. But the Aquitines rather, they are holding the line, sort of. They're going around the flanks of the tier wings, which have nothing except those forward-facing missile launchers, and once the missiles are used up, what do they got? They got nothing. The HMS Mobius turning its broadsides towards the tier wings, which this one's just been cracked in half. Oh, it's because of these reactor bays. These reactor bays that can be so easily punctured. And oh, there goes that whole chain reaction out of the HMS Furious. It was so angry that it destroyed itself in a fit of rage. The wide strike is turning towards the Aquitine. You're gonna want to keep those reactor bays safe. I'm pretty sure that Cypher 7 put those there specifically so that we could have awesome chain reactions of reactor bays exploding. These actually look like that they would do pretty well against the Imperial Star Destroyers, guys. We may have finally found a match for them besides the Subjugators, which in and of themselves are pretty impressive ships. See, the thing is, when you're building ships, you don't necessarily want ships that are tightly packed together, because that means a single shot from, these cannons is going to go through so much. It's going to go through so much of the ship and rip it to pieces. The Subjugators in the last video were able to last so long because they had so many redundancies built in. Like, you had to really, really cut them to pieces in order to render them inoperable. Unlike some of these ships where, you break through the first layer of armor and there's really nothing there except the vitals of the ship. And then that happens. Or this happens. I mean, not that... or this happens, where they're just sort of fused together now. Okay, the wide strike, still trying to figure out which way is the front. The Aquitines, they have point defenses, but the missiles are slowly cutting into it, and the sub-boomer is doing its best to retreat because it has almost no more guns. I'm not entirely sure why they thought it was a good idea to build a ship with nothing but guns only on the front and nothing on the sides, but this made for a pretty interesting battle regardless. There's lots of pieces floating around, lots of explosions, and that's really all I hope for when I make these videos. I'm definitely gonna have to put these guys up against the Imperial Star Destroyers. This battle is basically over already, as far as I'm concerned. Cypher 7 ships are now... They are... Uh-oh. Oh, that was really close. That was really close. Can the wide strike capitalize on what it got? Nope, it's not going to. No, it has nothing left but the missile launchers, and the missile launchers take so long to reload. Like, the missiles have to be made, and they have to be delivered piece by bloody piece. And it just doesn't make for the most effective weapon, unless, of course, you have like a bajillion missile launchers all in one place. So Cypher 7 ships, they have proven superior to the sun is made of suns. Sorry, but speaking the obvious... Oh wait, nope, hold on. This guy's got fires going. Is anybody there taking care of those fires? Yes, they are. So it won't be the end of the ship, but it's gonna be painful. It won't be able to sit down for a while. Let's just say that much. Alright, so what are we looking at? A bunch of Imperial Star Destroyers versus Cypher 7's fleets, guns made of guns versus more guns on top of more guns. This should be interesting. Okay, both ships are getting their crews ready. Battle stations, battle stations. We've spotted Imperial Star Destroyers. They're swinging around. Oh, the frames. It's so framey. It's gonna get even worse too as these ships finally start colliding. Yep, they're turning their broadsides towards the Furious, which is launching missiles. So many bullets. Let's see what happens. Oh no! Oh, but look, they're trading fire. They're trading fire, and they're actually hurting the Star Destroyer a lot more than I thought they would. The Furious is living up to its name. It doesn't care about the dark side. It's like, you think you know anger. Let me show you what true anger is. Okay, the Star Destroyer is coming around. It looks like Cypher 7 ships are able to group up a bit more effectively. The Star Destroyers need to maneuver a bit better. They need to form basically a line before they can actually get anywhere. And this is where things probably start going south for the Empire. Well, it's also where things start going south for this poor guy. Uh-oh. Okay, guys, I finally did it. I found the limit to Cosmoteer, and I broke it. But you know how I want to send off this video? With a Death Star battle. That's right, you guys are going to see the Death Star versus pretty much every single small ship there is on the roster. It should be an entertaining way to go, because look at the freaking amount of guns this thing has. So, can every single small ship in the game, at least a few from each and every category, yeah, even some TIE fighters. Let's just say that some Imperial pilots got fed up with the Imperial corruption and decided that this is how that they would defect. Okay, here we go. Started a little early, but you can already see the mess that's about to happen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's like a death ribbon. It's like a shower. A blood shower of death. Look at all the lasers facing the front. Oh, that poor little TIE fighter is already getting annihilated. Look what's happened to the Millennium Falcon. Oh my gosh, it's terrifying. What are you guys about to do? Oh, I know what would help even the odds here. Oh, if I can actually make them move. Oh. You guys are gonna have to get in there and concentrate your firepower on the Death Star's main weapon. We need to take that thing out before it takes us out. Our cruisers can't repel firepower of that magnitude. We gotta get those shields down. Give them more time. Oh, it's going straight to the meat grinder. How are they faring on this side? They're not faring well at all. There's so many blasters. Oh my gosh. But they're just, look at that. They did it. They've defranged the Death Star. The battle's not over yet, but they've just successfully managed to take out the most important and vital part of the ship. I hope that wasn't too much of a anticlimax for anybody, but what I'm really here for is seeing the inevitable chain reaction of what happens when the Death Star's reactors are hit. It's gonna be glorious. Once one of these cannon factories goes, once one of the munition factories or the reactors or something, it's gonna be impressive. You just wait, assuming that 3 frames per second is enough to actually watch this happen. Oh my gosh, this was the best idea. There go more reactors. Come on, you guys can see them. You guys can see them. Oh, they're carving into the interior. Oh boy. They're literally so small they're evading the turbo lasers, and there goes the chain reaction I was looking for. It's following the ammo storage. This thing was made for this. This is why the Death Star exists, is to blow it up like this. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a worm tale of death and destruction. Thousands of innocent stormtroopers being incinerated all at once. I need to slow it down to 1/4 speed if I can. Will it even register my clicks? Not quite. And it's about to get ripped in half. It's about to get ripped in half, and it's still going. It's still going. Oh no, it's dropping. Uh-oh. Don't crash now. We gotta wait till the explosions are done. Oh, yes. The Death Star has just been torn in half. Or forget torn in half. It's been torn into several different pieces. Oh my gosh. It's glorious. It's like a platforming level now inside of the Death Star. Not that it's lost its destructive capability. It's still putting down the hurt on the rest of the. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now that was impressive. That was a good way to end this video. Of course, can you guys finish off the other half? See, look, it's 2 different ships now. You got Death Star 1 and Death Star 2. Congratulations, you have twins. Man, even at 1/2 speed, oof. Even at 1/2 speed, the game can barely hold it together. We're sitting pretty at 2 frames per second, 3 frames per second. It's just wibble wobbling between 2 and 3. And then this happens. Oh, look at all those poor guys. They're just like, ah! Can I just say the sound design is also quite impressive. Pow, pow, pow. It sounds like Star Wars weapons, which is really nice. Neat little touch. Anyway, I think that was a brilliant send-off to this video. If you guys enjoyed, and if you have any other ideas or any other ship designs that you want me to use, if you are a creator who wants me to feature your creations in a video, and just see it thrown up against the rest of what the community can create, then do please leave a comment. If you want to see more Cosmoteer, leave a like. I am and will remain your captain. I'll see you all as soon as my computer stops rainbow vomiting. Bye-bye.